Blarla. Hello peeps, welcome back to Prison Architect. Welcome back to LaCorp jail, where the radio broadcasts have been agitating inmates, and we've had some punch-ups, and we've gone into the negative cash flow somewhat. But we still have a large surplus of cash, and we're still unlocking these items in bureaucracy. Look, we've got death row now and guard towers, just working on some legal prep, and then execution liability will come afterwards. And we got our offshore tax haven, and we will finish with legal defence. We've got the money to do it, which is just absolutely fabulous. We have built a second unit in protective custody, and we have continued because we've still got an overflow over here. And if we see here, in intelligence, that's it. We have now moved our legendaries, almost, there's one down here, our legendaries into permanent lockdown in this area. So, dangerous way to live. But it just means that they will have a nicer room to spend time in. And I guess they'll be less likely to cause problems, hopefully. That's the idea. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on them. We'll see how it goes. I'm also aware that we have some of these ladies come into this facility, and I was wondering about these rooms here. Should I make them parent rooms? But thinking about it, they're in permanent lockdown here. They do have facilities. I mean, it's not terrible, is it? And they're probably going to be short stay ladies, aren't they, given that they're in prison with a baby. So maybe what we could do is actually make this for our really dangerous people that we have in permanent lockdown. Give them nice rooms, even with telephones, couldn't we? With telephones, so they can contact their family. And then this can be like always closed, so should they make it out of their cell, they can't break into other cells with snitches and things. And that might be a good idea, because we've got this odd little building here. We might as well use it wisely. So maybe that will be our future plans for the legendary lockdowns. That might be nice. Because we've got a few, look. So there we are. We are still not quite right with the amount of prisoners here. For some reason, look, we have 320 maximum security in the prison, even though there's only a capacity for 258, which in itself is an odd number. And if we look at our deployment, right, these are marked as medium, yet we do actually seem to be getting a lot of maximum staying over here because they just have nowhere to go. So there is a few problems going on here, and I'm not quite sure what's caused that. Maybe I've done too much toing and froing here, and I've thrown it all out of whack. But either way, we've got plenty of space for more minimum and medium. So look, we've got 122 prisoners on their way in this morning, and we shouldn't forget to check up on them. No, sorry, Bob. Today we're going to be looking at more of the staff needs, working progressively towards that. The thing is that we still always have a lot of exhausted members of staff, and what we have to bear in mind is that they're all doing this massive walk all around here all the time. There's a knock-on effect of this as well. I am having to lock open more and more doors because the staff are not getting to these door control systems, and we're just getting massive pile up. Look, there's one right now. We are just getting massive pile ups at these remote doors because the staff are just exhausted and they're just not getting around these walls. Now, when we had staff rooms dotted around all about here, it worked absolutely fine, but removing those has started to cause problems. And they can't go back in because, as we know, they won't work. So we have to rethink these walls now that staff needs has come into play. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that all the rooms that are controlling, CCTV monitors, the phone taps, door control systems need to all come into this inner wall to control the entire prison. So we need to pull them out of any that have anything on this external wall. We need to pull them out. What we're also going to do is start shutting down this external wall, so they actually can't access it unless I give express permission, a bit like this sandy area. And what that will do is it will stop our cleaners from coming out here and cleaning it all, which I also don't want that to happen anymore either, so that we can concentrate on actually cleaning the prison. Wouldn't that be a thing? So I'm thinking what we'll also, we might as well pull all these doors out. So I think we're going to start by just dismantling all of these doors. So I'm going to go around and oh look, this is this has a yard space in it. Let's get rid of that. So I'm going to go around and order them to dismantle all of these jail doors. And I'm wondering if we should try and fix these. We've got we've put in this heavy duty wall all the way around the prison. I did that a while ago now, but because it won't build here, and I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe if we move the door it might let us, we'll see. But it would be nice to fix this little problem, to figure out what that is and get it resolved. Might be nice. Yes, the radio that we have in here is definitely agitating situations. There's the radio. So I've now arranged for it to be dismantled. Sweet. Because it is definitely causing some issues. In fact, we might remove the radio from here and leave it removed. Because, oh look, we've got another one there as well. Because they've got televisions. And the radios can cause a lot of problems, and this is Supermax. I mean, if ever there was a bad place for perhaps something that could cause problems, it just so happens over here where we have all of our instigators and agitators and whatnot, it doesn't appear as though we actually have a radio installed. As a result, they had their breakfast in a nice, calm, collected manner. That's always nice, isn't it? So, anyway, oh yes, now look, oh my god. Far too many. Let's see here. So, I've called some to fix them all up, but now I can't get to this. It is mighty annoying. It is mighty annoying that happens. Is there anything obvious here then? Yes, there is. Look, we have this lady, protective custody, permanent lockdown. We don't know about this one. Look, I have a snitch here. Is it you? Yes. So quick. Protective custody, permanent lockdown. Look at this. Strong and deadly. Because she's deadly, I'm inclined to put her up to maximum security, even though we don't have the space. But deadly, so it's a bad one. If they're as easy as this, might as well get them done. And lockdown. But there's quite a few, wasn't there? Protective custody, permanent lockdown. Yeah, but oh my, ex-prison guard. Oh dear. Okay, I don't think I've seen one of those before. The prisoner was once a police officer or some other law enforcement profession, and their life may be in danger. Brace face. Let's protective custody. But, oh, what more? When will this stop? We could really do. But look, we need them to go in there. So we'll have to come back to this, unfortunately. Right, so I've been around and I've even requested for these automatic doors to be removed. So that getting round this whole area now is really quite easy. Now, does this work? Has this fixed? It hasn't. It hasn't fixed a problem, has it? Is it because this is outdoor? I don't know, because that paving says outdoors. I'm not sure. Let me know if you know what's causing this. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the indoor-outdoor issue. And maybe this is considered indoors, even though the path next to it is actually considered out. I suppose we could try and... It does let me bulldoze. Look, does it? So if we actually bulldoze these, will that work? And then, hopefully, we'd be able to put what we want in its place. That would be really nice. It's just, I know it's a little thing, and you might think, why on earth are we getting hung up about that? But I can't help myself. I don't like it. It needs to be fixed. So this means that we still have room in protective custody, which is fantastic. Oh, we can, you can go now. you can go now, dear. Yes. Thank you though. Thank you. Yeah. And herself while we're at it. Thank you. Right. Now. What was I saying? Oh look, how are these doors? See what I'm saying? The thing is, I can't leave these ones locked open because inmates can get through here. It's a problem, you know, because they could just walk up. So I can't really just go ahead and lock that one open. Bit of an issue. The radios are really pissing inmates off. It's quite frustrating. Right. So, what was I saying? Yes, we've got room in our protective custody. And do you remember me saying I want to find all the prisoners with the absolute worst drug habits? And they are, let's zoom right in. They are the ones with the little bottles. You see, she's got a little bottle here. So she has a really bad drinking problem, even though her health could be worse. But because she has that, I think she's particularly susceptible to these sorts of problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to put her in protective custody. We're going to put her on lockdown. And I'd also like to search her and her cell. And it just means that it'll get more and more difficult for her to indulge in these sorts of things. Indeed it will. And we have the same with ones with the little drug bottles as well, although I can't see any at the moment, although I do see another. Oh look, we can't see her, so she could be doing anything. She could be in her cell right now just drinking. I mean, that's no good at all. Let's send some officers down here so that we can take a look at her. So that's the next thing. Oh look, can you see Nancy Phillips has been released? No. Nancy. Bye, Nancy. That's my name in the game. Oh, Nancy. We'll have to get her back in. She'll have to be banged up for some other reason now. Bye, Nancy. Right, Carter. Hello, Carter. Let's have a look at you, Madison Carter. So, bloody murder, look. Permanent lockdown. Yes. So, I mean, that's all it is now, really, is that I start just going through every prisoner and looking for any that have those little issues. Oh, I didn't search that last lady. Oh, well. She'll get searched tonight when I do my big shakedown that I like to do every night. Indeed. Look, it's been removed. And we can replace the bit of wall. Yay! So we can now fix up what is it? The perimeter wall. It's actually just called a perimeter wall. And that's exactly what I've used it for. So we shall go and fix that up. Oh yes. Now, in regards to this changing our wall setup, I've built these two rooms here because the problem with the internal wall is these rooms are very small and there's no real room now that we've built the prison so large to make them bigger like these rooms, and what we do need is quite a bit of space. So in prep I have built two rooms for us to fill with all the bits and bobs that we need to in order to try and get all this working again. This can be locked open. That can be locked open. Yeah, because this is a constant problem, and it really is a problem. And then we've got things like this, you see, where we built this part of the prison before we built this part of the prison, so there isn't even a through. They're not even able to get through here. All that needs fixing up as well, so they can just come in here and walk straight through. And then it means that we won't need stuff like this, because this will be locked off, so they won't be able to come down this wall anyway. So that's what we need to do now. We need to start moving all of these things to the inner wall. And a lot of doors and things I haven't even set up properly for this section, knowing that I was going to be moving absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. And this room here and this room here, they're sort of part of accessing the staff areas. And this is a main sort of throughput door as well. So probably not going to use these three for anything too intense. And I really do need to sort of figure out, phone taps and stuff like that. We need to consider phone tapping, because I'm not actually tapping any of these phones. It's terrible. It really is terrible. So it's a matter of, God, how do we do this? I suppose, like, we've got what's this here? We've got a bunch of phone taps here. Now, what phones are they tapping? Can we see? Yes, no, maybe. Wait, no. What phone? There is a way of seeing this. I know there is. Utilities. What if I go on to phone taps? No. Show wires? No, but they're not the wires we're after. That's CCTV. How do we... phone taps? Phone taps. CCTV, door control system. Oh, let's see phone taps. Oh, I've got it highlighted. Why? So what? I'd really like to... Are these not... Maybe these aren't actually connected to anything. Because look, shouldn't you just be able to hover over them like this? And... yeah, see, these are phone taps. Yeah, look at that. So... are you saying we've got a room of phone taps and we're not even using them? Well, so this room's easy, isn't it? We just dismantle all of this. That's what we need to do. Dismantle all of this. Why me? That's so silly. I never got round to doing it. So let's dismantle all of this, because we don't want to sell any of it. Best to just keep it. So we'll clear that room up. Bloody hell. And you know what? We could also dismantle these windows. Yeah, we're going to leave the lights in, and I will put lights around all these externals as well. So what have we got here? These are CCTV monitor, camera things. Well, so that's something. Now, for where? We've got, again, one whole CCTV monitor station not even being utilised. And then this is actually monitoring a whole bunch of cameras inside maximum security. So where could we put this, I wonder? Because this one's not even being used. I mean, what is wrong with me? So what's happening? So look, there's nothing happening in here, is there? Nothing at all. So if we... This is an old staff room. So it might be that we consider... look, it almost looks like we could make that one bigger as well, but we can't do it on the other side, so there we are. There we are. So we might be using this as a phone tap room, and then look, we've got these CCTV monitors here, and we know, oh dear, it is such an issue, and we know that we actually want to demolish this wall here. So what are these? These are for the middle section, and this is for the middle section. Right, okay. So it's like, where is going to be the best room for that? Maybe in here. Maybe in here. Oh, yes. So the idea is that we're getting more and more compact as we go. So the staff have less to travel and everything. I mean, that's all it is really. Less to travel, making sure that these walls are working for us and not against us. And at the moment, they definitely are working against us. They're keeping staff marching extraordinary distances. We've got cleaning crews back here. Everybody's exhausted. On the old system, they worked a dream. On this new system, they just don't. So we shall progress in this line. We'll wait for them to demolish these things, and we'll start moving moving some of these bits. Like we know, for example, like this is a wasted job. So they've been monitoring that and these phone taps. And for what reason? Do you know what I mean? That's just wasted staff time. We make them walk all the way here and then they do nothing. I mean, it's outrageous, really. I can't believe it. I've not been paying enough attention to this wall. So this is probably a really good job that we're doing here. Really, really good job. And like these are going to be like a certain amount of control center. So like this could be a control center for this whole area. And maybe this could be a control center for that area. I'm not sure. Maybe we could utilize, in fact, these two rooms here, because we could do a gate system here so they can get in. Because they're really good rooms and they're very close to everything. So we could utilize these two rooms and block all this off here and use it to control sort of this section and like this section. Do you know what I mean? That might be nice. Yeah, plans. Oh dear, they've been getting agitated in here, haven't they? Oh, we definitely need to iron out some of the problems that are occurring at the moment. It'll be really nice as well when this radio broadcast stops its nonsense, and this can go on for ages. Have you noticed that about these things? They go on for ages. They really do. Another thing I'd like to do very soon is to move these gates from here to here so that we have more space inside the prison, because I sort of feel this gate tends to be open quite a lot with a truck poking its nose through, and I feel like it could just run a little bit smoother, look a little bit neater. Plus, unfortunately, I have built the prison just a little bit not quite symmetrical. I was supposed to. I've clearly failed because look, we've got more parking spaces here than here. So what I'd like to do is hide the fact that this isn't symmetrical. Get rid of these parking spaces and just make it all nice green area, and then nobody will ever know. Shh. Right, so this room has been cleared out, and we know that we're going to want to do what? Put a... Is it CCTV? Yes, it is. CCTV machine. And we should have a spare, shouldn't we, technically? We should do, yes. CCTV monitor there. So that'd be good. We want one of those. And another thing we're not doing is actually tapping the phones in this section. It's not happening. So shall we... how many... I think we'll put in a phone tap, and we could probably also put in a door control system, so we have a nice array of things here. And maybe this can be a control room for a lot of this. Maybe that's something that we can do. And let's see here. Not demolish walls. My God, no. Because can you see these lights? It seems like they're leaving the lights. They've left that light. I feel. Should we? Oh no. Should we put a light? Might keep the lights a bit even. Right. So what we know is that we're not really going to want people travelling up here anymore. So what's the best way to deal with that? I think what we'll do is we will build a concrete wall, and instead of them being remote control doors, because it's all going to be down to my controls, so what I'm going to do is stick one of those in there, and I will lock it shut, because you see the gardeners just ran through here, and eventually we are going to want to put a complete halt to that sort of behaviour. It does need to stop. So we're in the process of fixing him up, aren't we? Getting him somewhere to go, because he's the one that's currently controlling all the CCTV in here. I mean, these guys do the CCTV to each cell, but of course he's doing the ones to like solitary and in like the workspaces and that. Mind you, saying that, look, he's got a CCTV for is he doing parole? Yeah, see, he's doing that's quite good, isn't it? I suppose if you have a cluster of cameras, a bit like I do in here, maybe that is worth doing. And do you notice that there's no chair in here? Oh my god! Get that done. And there's no radio! But the staff like radios. What we could do... We'll dismantle that and put a radio in there. But we'll get a radio in. Yes, we will. So, where are we with... it's this. Oh, look. So, what... Where are we going to be drawing this power from exactly? Because this power... Where is this? Where is it? This one. Look how close it is to capacity. We're going to be, like, sticking stuff on it really quite heavily now, aren't we? And it's too complicated. It's too complicated. Blimey. So that's another thing to think about, isn't it? Shall we start removing these doors, maybe? Maybe we could. Maybe we could start dismantling these. And it will actually... it means we'll move around the walls faster, won't they? And door servos take up quite a lot of power, I think. Does it tell us in... door servo will be in here. I'm sure. I'm not very good at looking at things, am I? Or finding things. Door servo 8. Does it actually say? It doesn't say, but I'm fairly sure that they take quite a lot of power, and we've got them all over the goddamn place. And if anything, they just slow people down, right? So I think what we'll do is we will free up some of the power by dealing with this. I think that's what we'll do. And we will just make sure that the door servos are that it's strong coming in, you know, the security. And then once you're in, you almost have sort of free reign of the place. I think that's probably what we will do. This one needs to remain strong, right? Because inmates here all the time. Yeah. In fact, what we could do maybe is give access through here so we can cut this off again and do what we've done here. Maybe we could do something like that, and that would mean that we wouldn't need either of these door servos or that one, but we'd put one here, like we'd put one here. Or maybe we should put the door servo actually there so it's harder for them to get through. Yeah, let's change it so that it's like that, and this will secure this wall up better. Something like this. So what we have now is staff can come down here and get in this way, and they can also get into all this way, making this fully secure from prisoners. Indeed, in fact, what even might make it a little bit more secure, because this is quite a popular route, is bring this round here, and then and close this up again. So that might just make it a little bit more secure. But I think that's just a much better way of doing it. So I'll probably do that at some point, not right now. And I did put auto open on these as well. And these control all of this twice over, so they've got like a backup to each other. Don't know if it'll stay like that, but that's where it is for the moment. So now I'm hoping, I mean, who can tell? I'm a little bit worried if we hook all this up, you see, we are going to make the whole thing fail. But we probably do need to give it a go. And we'll dismantle that and that like that. Okie pokies. Yeah, because, you know, we've got stuff to do. So this CCTV, so it connects to, look, we've got one in the laundry, one in that cleaning cupboard, one in that cleaning cupboard. Anywhere else? And then we've got the ones in solitary. Does it also control this one? No, it doesn't. It doesn't control those. Is that everything? Surely not. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. Just 5? Is it controlling just 5? Let's have a look. 1. Oh, zoom out a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is just controlling those 5. Okay, alright. So what we can do is dismantle this one. That's it. Yeah, you are done in here. Yeah, and what we can do is prepare for shutting down this whole section. So, like, we're thinking about opening up this room, but we could do with just putting a wall across there like that, and we're also going to be shutting it down from here. And what did I put in? I put in a solitary door, didn't I? It's nice and strong that way. So there it is. So this one is now, look, let them out, and then we're going to lock this shut. Okay, so it should just start discouraging them from using this, and then we are in the process of locking down here and here, and we'll get rid of this, but we're not going to permanently shut that until we can get a through thing here. But I think this will work, and it'll just keep all the staff in these inner walls and stop all this walking around back here. And hopefully we should see like 59 staff are exhausted. Hopefully we'll see this number start to drop, and hopefully the prison will be a little bit cleaner as well, because our cleaners will not be going all over the goddamn shop. Yay! Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not check out one of my delectable videos available? Feel free to come stalk me on social media, and be sure to share this video with friends so even more may watch my schizwa. See you next time, peeps.